So today's video is mostly focusing on those shoulders and upper back with a little bit of neck as well. You will need a wall space or you can use a door, so make sure you are near that. Okay, let's start by warming up the neck. So I'm going to take the neck from side to side, down and up. Head circles round. So this stretch is ideal if you kind of sat slumped over a desk all day and the other way. Also, if obviously you're starting to feel your shoulders are tight on the pole, you're going to bring one ear to shoulder and flex that opposite hand and lightly place your hand on the head. We're not really pulling, it's just a light placement, and flex with the opposite hand. Yeah, people start to feel their shoulders feeling a bit tighter as they get a bit more advanced on pole. They realise they need to work on the pole flexibility of the shoulders, so this would be ideal. And switch to the other side, flex that hand and let you rest. So hopefully after this, your shoulders will be feeling lovely and loose and mobile. Perfect. Coming back up to centre, using your strap or dressing gown belt, whatever you're using. You can even use a towel. And we're just going to take the shoulders back and over. Good. As your shoulders start to feel looser, you can walk that hand in. Just make sure that you keep your arms straight, no bending at the elbows. If you're bending, that means that your grip is too narrow and you need to widen that grip. Nice, walk your hands back out a little bit as we come round in circles. Loosen up the shoulders. Good job, and the other way. Nice. Okay, so we are going to come into our dolphin pose. So forearms down on the ground, and we're going to pike up as if we're in a down dog, but this time we're keeping forearms down. So pike up, walk your feet in so the hips up high and aiming to make like a triangle. And from here I'm going to press down and up. So my back stays in a straight line and I'm sliding through my shoulders and back up. Just going to do a few of these to warm up the shoulders a little bit. One more. And you can rest your knees down for a second. Those are hard on the shoulders, so if they feel tricky, don't worry, just persevere like they're an excellent conditioning drill. And then we're going to come up into a down dog. Press through those shoulders, so think about pushing your chest to the thighs. And I'm just going to tap my opposite ankle. If you can't reach your opposite ankle, that's fine. Just still go for that direction. Just helps us isolate one shoulder at a time. If you feel it in the back of your hamstrings as well, that's perfectly normal. And we'll go one more each side. Nice, and let's bring those knees down. Oh, I appear to have gained a head. And I'm just going to take the arms out to the side, rotate one under and back under. Oh, that's a nice crack for me. Might be able to hear the rain coming now. Although it's still sunny, so double rainbows, hopefully. Good. Nice, and then just loosen off the elbows a little bit by making circles. Keeping your elbows in line with the shoulders, don't let them drop. And let's take it out. Perfect. Okay, so we're now going to move to the wall. The first movement we're going to do at the wall is I'm going to stand side onto the wall, take my arm out, fingertips facing down, roughly shoulder height. But if this is going to depend on your mobility and your flexibility, so if it doesn't work out at this height and it drops down a little bit, that's fine, but we're working towards it being in line. From here, I'm going to begin to turn my feet out. This one can feel a little bit tingly. It's known as the dentist stretch because it's like flossing through all the nerves all here. I do feel it all the way down to my hand. That is normal. So we're just going to hold this one. Just turn out as far as is comfortable for you. Don't overdo it. It's not a pleasant one, but it is a good one. And slowly bring your feet back round. Okay, opposite hand. So fingertips facing downwards, roughly shoulder height with your wrist, and turn away from the wall. It is normal for one side to feel worse than the other, so don't panic if that's the case. Good. Just hold it there for a few more seconds. And we're going to turn back round to face the wall. Okay, shake that one out. It does feel horrible. Okay, for our next stretch, we're going to place our hands on the wall, roughly shoulder height. And from here, I'm going to come into a bit of a squat as I sink my hips down, butt back, and stretch into the wall. So I'm thinking about dragging my chest down to the ground. I should feel it start to begin to work in my upper back and my shoulders. So from here, take a light squat, sink down. When you're in your max position, you can then straighten those legs back out. And we're just going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. At the minute, my pelvis is untucked, so I will have an arch in my back as well. So if you feel it arching your back, that's normal. We will change up the variation in a minute and take out the arch. And we're going to hold, keep pressing the chest down. And if you can, we're going to lightly slowly take one hand off the wall and just let it dangle. Feel that extra weight in that shoulder that's on the wall, the hand that's pressed on the wall, as this opposite hand is lifeless, it's doing nothing. You should really start to feel your shoulder opening up. I'm just going to hold it here for another 10 seconds. You can keep a slight bend in your knees if you need to stabilise. Don't ever completely lock out the knees anyway. So we've got straight legs but not locked out knees. And switch to the other hand slowly and let that arm dangle again. Really feel the extra work in your isolated shoulder that's pressing into the wall. Good job. Again, it's normal to feel one shoulder more closed off than the other. And let's slowly roll up out of that one. Good. Again, if you feel your hamstrings working, hamstrings are going to be working because they're supporting you, but you should really feel your shoulders doing some work. Okay, so we're going to go again. But this time, I do want to tuck my pelvis under. So we talk about being here. I want to scoop under as if I was aiming, so in a standing position like this. I'm here, I'm trying to scoop under, trying to aim to get like my butthole pointing to the floor. So I'm here and I'm scooping. Maybe you're holding a pencil or you're drawing a line on the bottom. Do whatever you need to visualise to think about holding that position. As we're doing that position in this shape, it's going to isolate more into your shoulders because your back's not going to be able to bend as much. So exactly the same, hands onto the wall, take a light squat, drop down into it, and now here I'm going to tuck my pelvis under, and now I can already feel my upper back and my shoulders working a lot harder. And again, we're going to hold it. Don't forget to keep that tuck. Think about drawing the belly button to the back of the ribs. My pelvis is scooping under, and I'm isolating my upper back and shoulders. I'm going to hold it there for another 10 seconds. And drop one arm down. Making sure you keep that tuck in position. Don't let go, don't relax. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch arms. Remember to re-tuck if you let that go a little bit. That is hard to hold. Let the other arm dangle loose. And don't forget to keep pressing that chest down to the ground. Pressing your hand into the wall. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release. Oh, you should really feel that one hit the shoulders more. Okay, now we're going to come closer to the wall. So I'm going to place my hands on the wall, quite high up, as I squat. And this time my aim is to get my chest resting on the wall. So watch it with me for the first one. So I'm here, I send my butt back, I press my chest to the wall, and I drop. And then when I'm in position, I straighten my legs. So we're going to take it to the wall, we're going to come into position, you're going to aim to get your chest to the wall. If your chest doesn't hit the wall, that's fine. You want to be standing, it's obviously very different on everyone, but I'm standing roughly 2 foot spaces away from the wall. Hands to the wall. So we're going to sink down, we're going to hold it for about 15-20 seconds. And then I'm going to say to you to bend your knees and try and sink down a little further and straighten back out. And we'll go through that 2 to 3 times. So, hands on the wall. Bend the knees. Press your chest to the wall. Straighten your legs. And we're going to hold it here. Ten more seconds. And bend your knees. Try to slide a little lower, straighten. And hold it. Five more seconds. Bend the knees and slide all the way down to the ground to release. Hands to the floor and press back up. So this is just like our puppy pose but on the wall, and it allows us to get a little bit deeper into it. So we're going to go through that one more time. Hands on the wall, take that squat, sink in, press. So when your hands are on the wall, your hands are literally in line with your shoulders as well. So we're not really splayed out and we're not really close. So hands on the wall, take that squat, sink your chest to the wall and then straighten those legs. And let's hold it. Making sure that you're trying to keep your chin off the wall. So I'm looking up to the ceiling. And bend the knees. Sink a little further and straighten. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten flatten and slide all the way down to the ground. Hands to the floor, press back up, roll up and release. So we're just going to roll that out. So your upper back, your shoulders, your neck as well. The more you look, you think about looking up, you feel nice neck, excuse me, nice neck stretch as well. So hopefully that would reset you after a day of slumped over. Thank you for joining and I hope you enjoyed.